You are entering a location next to a designated zone across the street from an area called time, space, and alternate reality. You may find yourself asking questions like, where did he acquire such a cool power-up? How do I get to that secret bonus level? And when will they release a new nifty hat for me? There are many of these questions, and we will do our best to answer as many of them as we can, as Aperture Gaming is proud to present the DLC Zone.
Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it, we test it, you play it. And welcome to the DLC Zone. As this is the last DLC Zone for the year, and because I am immensely late due to winter holiday events going on, I apologize profusely. I will be covering not one, not two, not three, not five, but six, count them, 6 DLCs for Batman Arkham Knight. Yeah, so without further ado, here we go. There are 6 DLCs, 4 skins and 1 story content and 1 AR challenge content. So here we go. The first DLC is Batman Noel. I was like, wait a minute, this sounds vaguely familiar. So the Batman Noel DLC, it was actually first seen in Batman Arkham Origins, which takes place on Christmas Eve. So in honor of that, they released a more for the updated graphics and stuff. We got the updated Batman Noel suit. Doesn't give you any benefits or anything, but it's kind of like, okay, so we got this suit already, but you know, different game, publisher, blah blah blah. Still, it's nice to have it, so I give it, but still, it's like, okay, we got this one before. Are we really running out of bat suits? I give it a, I'm gonna be fair, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, there's a, for the second bat suit, back in 2008 when we first got the Dark Knight. Here's what, we got the Tumbler in a previous DLC, but the skin was never intended for Batman. But fans made enough noise about it that they actually did make the Dark Knight suit for us to have. And the caption for the suit is, "He's not wearing hockey pads." Sorry. Yeah, so it's really good. I like the suit, very detailed. It is like playing from the movie. It's very awesome looking. Again, no benefits or special stats or anything, but hey, I still give it a, for them, listening to the fans and giving us this, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's really good. The only thing I wish is that they would give us the animated series skins. I mean, we got it for Arkham City. I think it'd be good for this. Now, there's a third skin, but I'll be covering that at the end of the video. And yeah, so like I said, it's great because now we got the 2008 skin for the Bat and for the Batmobile. And speaking of skins for the Batmobile, we got 2 of those also. Going back to when Arkham Asylum first came out, the Batmobile, it didn't really have that much to do with the game. All you did was retrieve some equipment from the trunk and used it to take out Killer Croc in the game. Aside from that, it really wasn't much else. Aside from the method of delivering the Joker. But hey, we got it for this game. It's pretty awesome. Now, the downside is it doesn't have the tank mode, but still, it's pretty fun to drive. It's nice, little nostalgia from back to the game that started it all. So I give the Batman Arkham Asylum Batmobile, I give it a solid 7 out of 10. So then we cut to the Rocksteady theme skin. It's a paint job that goes over the Batmobile for this game, so you can go into tank mode, but it doesn't do anything else. It doesn't add anything, doesn't take anything away, but it looks very nice, very good job. I can understand them wanting to give this away. And honestly, this would be a really cool paint job on a car. I could see this for like a fan of the studio and a fan of Batman, and just like it's very sweet, very detailed. So, and once again, as you can pretty much tell from the theme of the others I've done, 7 out of 10 for the Batmobile Rocksteady theme. Alright, now we move on to the Crime Fighter Challenge Pack, Part 5. Yes, so this is the 5th Crime Fighter Challenge Pack, really awesome, and it gives us a good variety of stuff. Of the pack they've included, there's this new mode, it's like a Perfectionist mode. It like combines Alright, so the premise is you're either Batman or Azrael, and you have to do a combination. You have to not take hits from the enemies, and you have to actually do a combo builder to increase your combination. You use gadget varieties and moves varieties. The higher the combo is after each round, the higher the points you get. And whatever breaks your combo instantly breaks the round. So let's say you get a combination of 10. That's for the first round. Then if someone surprises you, you only get a combination of 2. That's second round. So it's interesting trying to be a perfectionist for that. And also, yeah, so it's great. There's variety for driving, and there's also variety for like the stealth mission, the Predator packs. So it's great. I like how they do the Crime Fighter Challenge packs. It's a good mix of everything for all of them they've done. You got stealth, you got offense, you got defense, you got open combat, you got hidden combat. I like this. It's not so one-sided or just two-sided. It's multi-dimensional. So for the Crime Fighter Challenge pack number 5, I give it a solid 9 out of 10. And finally, the big DLC, it's not Arkham episodes, but it's actually content that affects the main game itself. We get the Season of Infamy. This was a big DLC. I'm very happy with how this turned out. It gives the 4 side stories that are actually set in the main game. Now, since I'd beaten the main game, I'm not sure if these come after the fact or if they'll be somehow interwoven especially into the game itself, but it altered 2 established locations, and it provided us with 2 completely new locations, and one of them disappeared after it was being completed, so it was really awesome. And you can complete the game, any of these 4 missions in any order you want. It doesn't affect it. It is where you actually get Wayne points for doing these, so you can upgrade the Wayne tech, and one mission affects the environment, and one has multiple choice endings. So this is big. I'll be going over this in no particular order. So first we'll start with let's see, Beneath the Surface. This first DLC, all these DLCs they said are inspired from the first Arkham game. So Beneath the Surface the villain you have to deal with is Killer Croc. And the new location you get to go to is a place called Iron Heights. It's a Zeppelin, and it's a prison. That's pretty awesome. I mean, pretty good prison system. Think about it. Oh, I think I'll just escape from the prison. Yeah, it's a long way down if you try to escape from there. Really good story. Get to face the Killer Croc. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that. It's a very good story. And there's also the whole thing doesn't take place on the Zeppelin. You actually have to go out into the city and interact with the environment. So it's good how they've given it so much dimension. Like we had the Zeppelins from earlier in the game. Alright, so the second mission was In from the Cold. Gee, I wonder who that could be. That's right, Mr. Freeze. This is a good one. This takes place on an entirely completely new location. It takes place on a ship. And it's really good. You have to actually do interactions as Batman himself. And there's a segment that actually involves the Batmobile. The normal one, so you may have to make sure you don't have like any of the special non-tank skins on. Really good story. It has a really good ending. And here's what: after you play that, it does affect the environment of the entire game afterwards. Because you're dealing with Mr. Freeze. The third story is called Wonderland. So that's right, you're dealing with Jervis Teach, or as you know him as the Mad Hatter. And I think this was interesting because he was introduced to us in Arkham City. And I like that. Here's what: he's actually turned himself in. He's actually at the Gotham City Police Department. And because of this DLC, they've actually redesigned it and gave us a new wing and some new locations to explore. Which is, I think, kind of an interesting way how to discover the new system. Now, granted, when you do deal with some of the other nefarious characters, there is a prison system, which you put them in there, and that's how you see the new location. But for me, that was how they announced the new location, by talking about the Mad Hatter. It's pretty great, And the missions, there's some really great art style that they do that changes things up a little bit, and it's a nice throwback to Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. It's pretty good. I really like it. It was a really good, really fun DLC. Alright, and now we finally have Shadow War. This was the last one I played, and this is the one that had the multiple choice ending. The League of Assassins are once again acting up. And if you recall, you had to deal with them in Arkham City in many ways, shapes, and forms. The best part is, there was one building that was in the game that you couldn't go into. It was the hospital. And now you can. There's some interaction going on there that you have to take part in. And there's an element inside the hospital which pays tribute and homage and a callback to the very beginning of the game. So I kind of like how they tie everything in together with this DLC. So yeah, so since it's the League of Assassins, yeah. So it's not just completely set in the hospital, you have to actually go around out into the city and you have to explore some new locations. And at the end of the mission, you have to make a very difficult choice. And like with all the other previous DLCs, previous stories in this DLC, you get Wayne Tech points. Now I'm not going to spoil what the endings are, but actions have consequences in both of them, and it's interesting to see. And I think if I do the New Game Plus, it'll be... I may take the other choice. I didn't know I was going with... So I just chose what I thought based on Batman and his interactions and what he's done. Season of Infamy, it was really great. I liked it. I only had to check one thing because there was some weird issue I was having trouble with the DLC. But overall, and like I said, there's the one where you see the actions and consequences. I would have liked to have known that in advance, but I didn't want to spoil that. I wanted to do it my own playthrough, so it was fun. So I give the Batman Season of Infamy a 9.5 out of 10. And that concludes, oh man, it was a great epic saga. From Arkham Asylum, from a new studio doing Arkham Origins, and all the way up to the grand finale of Arkham Knight. It was a great Batman series. Thank you Kevin Conroy, thank you Mark Hamill, thank you everyone involved with this project. Thank you Rocksteady Studios, this was really great. I enjoyed it, and I hope all of you did too. Thank you very much. Will we see more of the Batman? Only time will tell. And that's all the time we have for this episode. Until next time, thank you for watching. This has been Test Subject 1337 saying thank you again, game on, and this has been the DLC Zone. Happy New Year.